Gender Clash episode 6. We're back.
We are back.
We are back. A little bit of a
Feels
break
like
in
forever,
between.
right?
It is. It's like 2 weeks. We had stuff going
A
on.
little busy, a little family stuff going on.
We did. We had a lot of stuff going on, and we set some time aside the other night. And instead of recording, we decided we would try to see if we could go live and test that out. And that didn't work well. So here we are once again, pre-recorded. But we're getting there, folks. We're getting there. You will be able to interact with us live soon.
In real time.
In real time.
Wow.
Soon have some guests on, although we could have pre-recorded guests. All right, Gender Clash. Don't forget you can check us out on just about every major podcast or any kind of music thing. Spotify, Apple. We're now on Tuned In. I think that's what it's called. Tuned In is like a huge internet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're on Tuned In now.
I don't think I've heard of that.
Yeah, we're on Tuned In now. And of course, our own website, genderclashpodcast.com. So
we are making our rounds.
We are making our rounds. Everybody thinks it's so like incredibly difficult to get yourself. Nope, you just form a podcast, put an episode up, and then send it to them, and they're like, "Okay, you're in." So now we're on Spotify. So.
Okay.
All right, so let's jump right in.
Okay.
This is a fun one. We talked about this for like a minute a little while ago, and then said, "Wait, let's save it for the podcast." So. I grew up just basically under the assumption that men really only danced when they were trying to get over on a woman. Like you go to a bar and you're going to jump on a dance floor because you want to meet somebody, right? You had told me I was crazy, and I was like, well, that's been my experience my whole life. And now as I've gotten to know your family and like kind of immersed in Hispanic culture a little bit, I see that I was wrong in a general sense, in that it's not every man on the planet that only dances.
So wrong.
Yeah, it is not every man on the planet that only dances for that reason. However, in my culture and my community in general, a man gets on a dance floor is because he is trying to meet a woman, and that's I'm not going to change my mind about that in a general sense, but I do now believe that some men enjoy dancing, whereas I never did before. But I'm telling you, that guy jumps in front of your face at a club, he's looking to buy you a drink and do some stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, first things first. I don't think it's a cultural thing. I think it's the music that you choose to listen to. Because if I went to one of your concerts, nobody's going to come up to me to dance. They're going to be jumping up and down and punching, like air punching.
Here we go.
Right? Because they don't dance, right? So that's the first thing. The second thing is that Spanish people, there's a skilled dance. It's called salsa, merengue. Like there's skilled dances. It's not just looking like a moron on the dance floor trying to get a woman by like thrusting your hips. That's not what Hispanics do.
I agree. Like, I agree with that.
Skilled dancing. It's a beautiful dance that... I mean, I've seen some like young girls dancing with like an older man, but it's just because they both dance really well and they're just dancing for like the love of the dance, not because they have any other alternative motives. Even when we went to Puerto Rico and that outside like festival thing, you saw random people just dancing with each other because it's just all about the dance and about the music, not about trying to get into people's pants.
No, listen, I admit as much. I admit that I was wrong in that it's every man on the planet, but I still say that in a club, when you're in a club, if a guy jumps in front of you and he's trying to dance with you, that's what's on his mind.
I mean, if he jumps in front of me, yes. But if he just like nicely says, "Hey, do you want to dance?" I mean, I guess, yeah. I mean, I guess I don't think a man's going to dance with an unattractive or someone that he's not attracted to at a club. But clubs aren't the only place to dance at.
I agree. I'm just saying, but that's been my experience. Clubs and anywhere where like men and women are hanging out together, the guy's usually only dancing because for the most part. And again, I've been proved wrong in that. And I think it is a cultural thing because I'm gonna go on the record as saying that most of the white guys I know, whether they're metalheads slam dancing each other or they're Guidos at a club, whatever the case is, most of those guys are not dancing because they actually like to dance. And I don't know.
The freestyle junkies dance because they like the music.
I don't know.
It's all about the music that you're listening to. You've just been unfortunate enough not to.
Unfortunate? No, I consider it very
Yeah.
fortunate, actually.
You've been unfortunate
I've
enough
been
not to
blessed.
listen to
As
music
you would say,
that
I've been blessed.
you feel in your soul that makes you wanna dance.
I don't consider myself like to be
Unfortunate.
unlucky. Yeah, I don't consider. I
Yeah.
love my music. I've had a great time, and I've never once said, "Golly gee, I wish I
How
could."
have you had a great time with your music? Should, like, we talk about the time that I got stuck in a pit?
Well, what does that have? What does that
Mosh
have to do with me enjoying the music?
mosh
Mosh
pot,
pit. I've got to stuck in a mosh
mosh pit.
pot. Mo-
Yeah.
Yes, you jumped into a
Uh-huh.
pot and they were moshing in it. Yeah, we
Yeah.
can talk about that all you want, but that has nothing to do with me enjoying my music. I love
It's
my music.
just so unnecessary and, like, no art in that at all, and it's just a bunch of morons jumping up and down, like, banging into each
All
other.
right, you're not,
Like, I
and you're
just don't
not
get that.
judgmental in the least.
I'm very judgmental at that because that's ridiculous, and that's how people get hurt.
I don't know. There's
You
been
will never see somebody getting hurt dancing salsa, merengue, or just regular pop music. You'll never see somebody getting hurt unless a girl busts her ass on the dance floor because she has on high heels and it was slippery or she's drunk.
okay. All right.
So,
I will
yeah.
let that stand for itself as people some people agree with you, some people cringe, and other people are like, "Wow, she's a judgy
Mm,
biatch." So
I'm very judgy when it comes to that because I just don't understand it.
you don't have to understand. You don't have to judge it because you don't understand it. It's not something you like.
It's
It
just
is what
not
it is.
enjoyable. It's terrible.
Okay. There you go.
It's
Well,
terrible.
you said you play your stuff, and I wanna rip my eyes out too. So we're all even
Oh,
there.
come
Oh my God,
on.
there's been times like when we were expecting people over, and you're getting the house ready, and you have your salsa, merengue, whichever one it is. I know it's
Oh,
the same to
it's
me. When it's
amazing.
blasting, I am
Mark
ready.
Anthony and Tito
I am
Nieves.
ready
Oh
to
my
just run out
gosh.
the window head first and hope it slices my throat enough that I can freaking bleed out on the spot. It's
Really?
awful. I can't stand that stuff.
And let's talk about when you have your music on. I'm praying to the good Lord Jesus Christ that demons don't come
Right,
out and like rapture
of course.
me.
The old stereotype, oh, kill your mother, kill your father. It's all devil music, right?
Mhm.
Meanwhile, there's some bands that do it, and most of them don't, and it's got nothing to do with the devil or killing your mother or killing your father or breaking limbs or anything like that. So, if you want to
Right.
be stuck in that mindset, then you go right ahead. It's your
It's
loss because
not stuck in the
there's a
mindset.
lot of good music you're missing
I
out on.
have listened
You
to
haven't
it.
listened to any of it.
Raining Blood, right?
That's
Isn't that a
Slayer.
song?
Come on, Slayer
Okay.
is an extreme example. It's got nothing to do with all the other
Who's your
stuff.
favorite band?
Well, I don't even know who it is at this point. Bad Religion, Slayer, Zebrahead.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah. See, so you see what I've been exposed to?
yes, and I've exposed you to hundreds of other good ones that you
Lord
refuse to
Jesus,
admit
help
that you
me.
refuse
Lord
to admit
Jesus,
anything.
help
Yeah,
me.
exactly,
Lord Jesus, help
exactly.
me.
That was the door on your mind closing. Here it is. Let me open it again and close it again. There it is. Closed mind. All right. So enough of that subject. Dudes
Yeah.
dance to get laid. Okay.
Yeah, no. Dudes that can't dance or listen to great music dance to
Got
get laid.
nothing to do with it. Nothing at all.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, yeah,
well,
yeah.
listen, all right. Well, let's continue on it for another second. I had some metalhead
Okay.
friends who do go out dancing, and they go out dancing occasionally because they enjoy dancing, but always 100% of the time because it gets them women all the time.
Do you wanna talk about who, like, do you wanna I mean, are we gonna reference the friends that I know?
No, no, no. It's not. It's none of the friends you know. I have no idea. The friends that you know, I actually have no idea whether they like to dance or not. But I do know friends. I have had friends who do mix genres. They metalheads. They do the rock thing, and then they have gone to dance clubs. And 99% of it is because it'll get them women. The 1%, I'm sure some of them do enjoy dancing, but they use the dancing to pick up women. And I'm talking, and the only reason I went back into the subject is because I'm talking about people who are metalheads. The metal people do that, and the reason they do it is to meet women.
You need to come to the other side, to the bright side.
It's not going to happen. Not going to happen.
You've been in the dark side way too long.
All right, let's
Literally.
move on. Okay, marriage and engagement ultimatums. This one.
Ooh,
Why do women force a man to make a decision that they either have to marry them or at least get engaged or it's over? I, you know,
right.
I don't understand why they do that. So I know you don't necessarily do that, but can you shed some light on why the other members of your gender do?
Well, I think it's because wait, oh. So I think it's because men think it's okay to call somebody their, and you know how much I hate this term, wifey and hubby. Like that's just normal to call, oh yeah, that's my wifey. And they've just been dating for like a year. And then they get comfortable in the relationship. And just because he's been calling her his wife for 4 years, yeah. What's the point of getting married? I mean, listen, marriage isn't for everyone. I've said this plenty of times. I would have been okay if I never got married, but I was never okay coexisting and building a life and sharing a home with somebody without some sort of more of a commitment than just saying, that's my man and he's never going to leave me. Nope. Not to say that you can't leave me after we're married, right? But to me, it's important to have that level of commitment. That's just how I was raised, and that's just how it is. But obviously, I was never rushing to get married because if I was, I would have been married a long time ago. But I mean, I don't think that I've taken it to the level that I've taken it with you, where I sold my house. We bought this house, and I'm like, holy crap. Yeah, you better put a ring on it, Mopo. Like
Yeah,
this
but you
is
never said if you don't propose to me by this date, then I'm out of here. That's what I'm talking
Well,
about. Is
I
like
never said that, but I think I made it very clear that I expected a commitment.
that's
And
not what we're talking
you
about here.
like even admitted that you honored my
That's
wishes.
not what we're talking about here. We're talking about the people who've been together for, I don't know, whatever number you want to use, 2 years, 3 years, and then I want to get married. Okay, I want to get married. Okay, I want to get married. Okay, go talk to your friends and you say, well, you better get him off his ass and marry you. Okay, well, here we go. We're going to talk. If I don't get a ring by such and such a date, where I'm out the door, or we've been engaged for 2 years, if we don't actually get married, I'm out the door. So you would rather force someone to do something that they are either not ready or don't want to do, rather than walking away and get into a marriage based on those circumstances, because
Well,
those are
I
your
think
options,
some
right?
men need that push. I mean, I think some men need that push where, oh my God, if I don't really take it to the next level, I may lose her. And I love her enough not to lose her. So some men need that little oomph,
You're
the
so
little
cute.
push.
You're so cute.
Some
You're so
men,
cute when you talk
some
like
men,
that.
no, really.
Oh my
I
god,
mean,
I'm
I
gonna
think
lose
that's
her.
true.
What about the major freaking majority of guys who are like, fine, I'll marry her, and they get into a marriage or an engagement because they
I'm
were
speaking
forced
on a
to.
woman's
I
perspective.
know,
So I don't know those men that go, ugh.
but do the women
I
really
don't
think that the guy is in his head saying, "Golly gee, I don't want to lose her"?
listen,
No,
listen, I will be 1,000% real that my last serious relationship, you can't force a man to get married if he absolutely does not want to get married to you. So it's just not going to happen. You can put the pressure on them because you're together 3, 4 years and you're like, okay, so what's next? Especially if you want to potentially try to start to have a family. I mean, are you going to start having children without having that commitment? Like, let's talk about that freaking disaster.
yeah,
It's like, why would, like, listen, and I'm not, I'm not one to judge, but I do judge.
you're not one to judge. Oh my god, you are the judge.
I think it's just very selfish to say I just want to have a child because I want to have a child without giving that child the chance at, a healthy environment. Like that it's listen, it's to me those are just my morals. That's just how I was raised. And it's not about being how I was raised because I was raised very strict and there's a lot of things that I don't really follow, but there's certain things that I'm like, you know what? I feel like a man needs to honor me with that level of commitment. You know, I'm not going to I'm not going to play the role of his wife without actually being his wife. And I feel like after a certain age, like, what do I call you, my life partner? Like, what the hell is that? You yourself hated the word fiance. So, like, you would prefer that I'm your girlfriend for the rest
Well,
of
I
your
didn't
life?
I didn't hate being a fiance. I just hate the word. It's so like, ugh. It's
Right.
so
Right.
pretentious. Like, oh,
It's not
my
pretentious.
fiance. Come on.
Well, I mean, husband and wife is something that I feel should actually have the
Uh,
paper behind it before you put that label on
no, I,
somebody.
I'm not disputing that part. I just wish there was a different word than fiance, other than girlfriend, because I don't. It's
Exactly. So like at 50 years old, you think that, I mean, or at 60. Can you imagine if I was like, no, yeah, we Oh, what was that?
Something dropped. Okay, let me make a mark
Oh,
here. 1547. Edit.
okay. Can you imagine at like we're both in our 60s and you're still my boyfriend and I'm your girlfriend?
You think there's
That's
nobody out there that a
crazy.
boyfriend and girlfriend in their 60s?
Right, but do people call each other that? No.
Yeah.
They say wifey, they say my wife, they say my life partner.
I've
I
never
mean,
heard
come on.
anyone refer to someone as their life partner unless it's
Yes.
so a guy goes to a bar or a business meeting and they say, "Well, what'd you do this weekend?" Well,
That's my
me and
girl.
my life partner went to went to skiing or
No,
whatever.
but I feel like if he's talking to people that he knows, he just refers to the woman as her first name. Me and Mary went whatever, right? So, listen, I know somebody who just recently referred to her, and I think they're engaged, but I don't think they're ever going to get married as like her life partner. I'm like, wow, okay.
See, but life partner to me sounds like a same sex couple, right?
No,
My
but I
life
mean,
partner, my yeah.
it's not these days because there's a lot of people who are okay with coexisting, or there's women who have settled and the man's like, absolutely not, I'm not going to get married. And the woman's like, okay, no,
Okay,
no,
so all right, so let me branch that off in a different direction. Why not just walk away? Why force someone to do something because you want
because
the freaking
women,
label?
no. I don't think that women force it. I think
Oh, baby.
you either have the chance to walk away or to accept what the man wants. And I know several women that are coexisting with their man and they would want to be married, but the man's like, yep, nope,
Okay, and
not doing it.
that's their choice. At least they're not saying either marry me
They're
or I'm out
very
the door.
resentful. They're very
Well,
resentful.
then I don't know who they are. I'm sure I know of them, but I don't know who they are, but then they shouldn't be there. If you're that unhappy and you're going to be resentful about it, eventually that's going to come out. You need to sit down and have a talk. Yeah, I don't know.
Insecurity, getting comfortable. You're at a certain age. I don't want to date anymore. I don't want to go through the
It's
trouble.
all the
So let
same
me
thing.
just,
It's all the
right.
same thing that you would rather force someone to do something they don't necessarily want to do or be resentful about it than you would just stepping up and doing what you need to do for you to be happy.
But I think that that conversation has to, okay. So let's just use you and I as a perfect example, right? We met and you made it clear from the door, I don't ever intend on getting married again. And I just took just a little mental note. I'm like, okay. Did I ever say, oh,
No.
I can't date you because if you don't have any plan? No, I said, all
No, that's
right,
why you're terrible for this freaking
I'm gonna,
podcast. You don't freaking
right.
no, you're not insecure or I mean, you're crazy, but you're
I
not crazy
said,
enough for this stuff. I need someone on the
said,
other side who's
okay,
like, "That
all
motherfucker
right.
better marry
Yeah,
me or
no,
he's out on his
no,
ass." That's what I
no,
need. That's what I need.
no, no. I said, okay, all right. Mhm.
Right.
And then when we started talking about like our future plans and forming a future together, I don't know how the conversation came up, but I think I made it clear that I expect to get married,
Well,
right?
you started this by saying that we're the perfect example. I think we are the absolute worst example
Oh,
because you I said I didn't
because
want
then
to.
I
No,
convinced
you
you to
didn't.
marry
Right,
me.
but you didn't convince anything. You made a statement and said that I'm. You
Time
said I'm not.
convinced
I'm not going
me.
to be your girlfriend in my 50s or whatever that statement was. And I was like,
Right.
okay. At that point, I could have said, I still don't want to get married. So if that's the way you feel, then Then we should probably have a real serious talk right now. I took my own mental note and said, okay, well, if that's the deal, then that's the deal. And what I did was I weighed my options, and obviously I got you a ring because you said how important it was for you to not live in sin, so to speak. So when we bought this house, I made sure you didn't
I
spend
don't
a
think
single.
living in sin because we were living in sin.
You made it clear that you didn't want to do that, so I made sure that you didn't spend a night in this house without some kind of level of commitment. That was my
Oh
choice. You didn't
no.
force it. You didn't force me to do it. And,
That's
and,
so
oh well,
romantic.
yeah, so romantic. But you never forced me to do it. You never gave me an ultimatum.
No. No.
Ultimatum. You never gave me an ultimatum. So
But I will admit that as we're packing to move into this house, I was like, when is this mofo gonna propose to
yeah,
me?
and then the night I tried, we should tell that story sometime. But anyway,
Oh, 12 hours after moving,
whatever.
a broken toe,
Yeah.
and hot as
Yeah.
hell. And 3 dogs that we had to keep separated.
Yep.
And then a trip back to the house because we forgot their dog
Yep.
beds. Yeah, and it was like 12 midnight, and I was like, "I just wanna shower in the dirty shower," because we didn't even clean
Yep.
it, and I just wanna go to bed
Anyway.
in the air mattress.
Yeah. Anyway, so
Yeah, yeah.
point being, we're way off track. We're talking about us, which is
Yes.
not the point because
Okay.
we're not a good
Alright.
example of this. Why would a woman force someone instead of just either walking away or sitting down and trying to work out a compromise? I don't understand it. Like,
I don't think a man can be forced to do something that he truly doesn't wanna
you
do.
think absolutely wrong because,
Really?
oh my God, there's so many
So why
guys that
would
take,
men do
because
that?
they are just as crazy as
Is that why the divorce rate is so bad?
probably, yeah. I would say that that's a
I
good
mean,
reason for it. Is most people, and I'll be general and
did
say
you feel
most. No,
forced?
I just explained to you why I didn't feel forced.
No, with your first marriage.
Uh,
Did you feel forced to get married?
I don't remember. I really don't
Oh,
remember.
come
I
on.
was very skeptical about it before I did it, but I don't remember being forced. There was not that ultimatum. You better marry. No,
You just weren't sure.
well, I mean, I was sure, but not on the good side. I should not have gone through it. I knew we.
You were sure that you were making a
Sure, I was making a
mistake.
mistake. Um, yeah. So the point I'm trying to make is that the insecure. I'm not saying women are the only ones who are wrong about this. I'm just saying the men have just as much of the option to say you can take your ultimatum and shove it up your butt, because that's exactly what I would do if
And I think that that happens a lot too, and this is why people break up after they've been together for 5,
of
6 years, and you're
course,
like, "Oh my god, what
of
happened?" And the
course,
girl's
there's
like,
yeah.
"He didn't wanna
Of
commit."
course, there's billions of people in the world. It's not going to be the same way every time, but there are enough that to play into this example. And I know plenty of guys who were given an ultimatum and went
Really?
with it and got married when they didn't want to. You can see it. You can
You
see it.
gotta change your circle of people because
No, no, no,
you
not my close
know people
friends.
that
No, no,
go
not my
to
close friends.
that, like, dance to get laid, and now you know a lot of people that got married
No,
to
what do
keep
you know? You
doing
know a bunch of church going
it.
picnic people who do the right thing all the time. I mean, come on, give me a break here. Please, you and your righteous people with the halos over your head. Yes, you hear
Yes,
that, my
yes.
friends, my dear friends? We are graced to be in her and her friend's presence. Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
All right.
yes.
Enough of that. We beat it to death, and all we did was figure out that you're
And all
not
you did
crazy
was
enough to be
figure
on this
out
show. So.
no, no, listen, I've been there where I have tried to force a guy to marry me, and he wasn't gonna do it. Like, he just was not gonna do it. Like, he bought the ring, but he wasn't ready. Then I was like, "Listen, dude, shit or get off the pot. Like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
All right.
What are we doing here?" So I left. He didn't leave. I left.
All right.
There you go.
We'll have to talk
So
about this
it
one
does
later. I didn't know
happen.
about that one. So.
Yes, you
I don't.
do.
The two that I know of are completely different stories than you just said. So we'll talk about it later.
What?
What? I,
Babe.
yeah, babe.
All right.
Okay.
We can talk about this
Oh
offline
yeah,
and
no, absolutely. Okay.
the story that you think you know.
That I
Okay, go ahead.
think I know. Yeah, the infamous
Yeah.
first date is the story. The story I heard was the infamous first date is you walked away for a different reason. So I don't know. So okay. So
Because he didn't want to commit. I said that.
no. Okay. Anyway, we'll talk
Oh
more
my
about it. We'll talk
God.
more
Okay.
about it.
Well, I don't think you're thinking about the right person then. Okay,
All
go
right,
ahead.
we'll talk more about it. So
Okay.
um all right, so here's a fun one, a nice little break.
Mhm.
Why do women clean up before the cleaning lady comes, or they clean up hotel rooms or whatever else? Why do you clean when someone's coming for that specific purpose?
Because people are here to clean and not to pick up after your mess. There's a big
That's what
difference
they're
between
exactly what they're there
no,
for.
no, no. They're not here to pick up stuff. Like, okay, perfect example. This is a perfect example. Our cleaning ladies have said that we are two of the only houses that they just come here to clean. They're not picking up like garbage. Like, they're in people's bedrooms picking up like empty, you know, soda bottles or stuff like that. Like, no, like, there's a difference
Empty
between
soda
picking up
bottles.
and cleaning. Yes.
Empty
Yes.
soda
So,
bottles. Who the hell leaves that
yeah,
laying around? But
kids leave that in their rooms. Like, we can go into one of your kids' room now and see a Snapple bottle.
probably, but that
Uh-huh.
wasn't that. But that
Yeah.
wasn't left there like to say, hey, screw the cleaning person. But
No, but okay, but this is how they live. Like, they just leave shit laying around. And that's not their job to pick up after you. Their job is to come here to clean. There's a big difference between picking up and cleaning. Like, the way that our kitchen island looks right now, I would never leave it like this for the cleaning ladies. I have a candle. I have a Amazon package. I have some mail. I have my water bottle. Like there are things that I would put in its place before they come because they're not here to pick up after you. They are here to clean. There's a big difference.
What about a hotel room? Why would you go straightening up and cleaning a hotel room when there's a maid to do
No,
that?
I don't think that I go straight up and clean it. Listen, I don't fix beds. So let's just start there. I do not fix beds unless I have company coming over. But like I'll like make sure that the towels are all in one neat pile on the floor. Like I'm not gonna leave a towel here, leave a towel there. Like you just have to have a little common courtesy and just make their job a little bit easier. Like it's a pretty shitty job to be a maid. So why not make it a little bit easier for them? They just have to go in one pile and take all the towels and just put them in their bin rather than having
Yeah.
to go around the room and picking up stuff. I mean, there are people that are flat out disgusting and very, very, like they're not courteous. Like they leave like food on the table. They leave like their takeout here. They leave like empty bottles of their liquor there. It's thrown all over the floor. Like who the hell wants to like it's just rude. It's rude.
Okay. Well, I don't think that the question was presented, and you're not going to just leave junk laying around for them to clean up. There are people who actually go around and clean the house before the maid comes
No, I don't clean. Listen, I don't
because
do
they're
that.
embarrassed and don't want them to think that they're slobs, so they go clean up and leave the
No,
maid almost nothing to
that
clean up.
means that they are slobs.
Okay.
Because listen,
Try not to be too judgy now, babe.
like if our cleaning people, like if they come like on Mondays, right? Every other Monday, right? I will probably vacuum. I think the last time that I will vacuum is maybe like on a Thursday or a Friday. But like if we have company coming over Saturday, then I'm going to vacuum because of the dog hair, and I'll pass a little Clorox wipe like on the toilets to make sure that, and I'll scrub the toilet bowl for our guests to have a nice clean toilet. But I'm not. But like you don't ever see me cleaning. I'm just picking up the common area if we have people coming over, and I will vacuum because the dog hair is out of control. And if I don't vacuum, there's literally balls of hair everywhere. Like I don't even want to live in that.
Okay.
So I don't know the people like why you have a cleaning crew if you're going to literally clean your house right before they come.
Well,
Those
that's
are
kind of
people
the
that are really
question.
nasty. No, those are people that are really really nasty and dirty, and they're embarrassed for people to see how filthy they really live.
Oh, okay.
Because I could not like if I didn't vacuum or do anything to this house for 2 full weeks, yeah, like there would be a lot of dog hair, but this house will never be filthy because we don't live like that. We just don't live like that. Like I'm constantly wiping down the kitchen counters and wiping down the island and not, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm constantly keeping up with the house. Some people just don't care. Like some people are disgusting. And
Okay.
yeah, and my cleaning crew have admitted to that. They're like, "No, we come down from the second level with two big garbage bags full of garbage." Why? Because people are gross and they let their kids eat in their room and leave their, paper plates there with their forks. And then they have like 10 freaking bottles of, anything that they're drinking. Like no. 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 That doesn't happen in this house. Sorry. Although that Snapple bottle is still up there.
I haven't been in there, so I can guess which
Mhm.
room it is. It's always the same room.
Exactly. Exactly. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Whatever
Uh-huh.
the case
So
may
I don't know the people that clean right before their cleaning crew comes. I don't know why you would do that unless you're so dirty that you're embarrassed on how you live. Like I would never be embarrassed as to how I live because I think I live pretty clean for the most part, other than the dog hair.
okay.
Right?
No, you do. You live extremely clean, but I've also seen you straighten up before they come over and
Right, because it's not their job to put our mail in the right spot or to you know what I'm saying? Like that's not what they're here for. Like they are here to clean. They are not here to pick up. So I wouldn't leave mail in the island because where are they going to put that? They don't know where the mail goes.
right. Well, of course they don't because you never leave it there for them to put it anywhere.
Right, but we don't even have a spot for mail. Like
We
like
don't.
if we had a
We don't.
spot for
Yeah.
mail,
Or
then
junk drawer.
that would right. So, like I mean, I don't think that they're here for that. Like I like to leave the house picked up and listen, and they appreciate that and they've said it.
Right. Ladies,
So,
if you're out there and you clean up before the maid comes over, like not just to straighten up, but you
you
actually
pick
clean
up.
up, please let us know so I can actually have an
Have
interesting
a
conversation here. I mean, come
conversation.
on. Help me out here, ladies. Somebody.
I don't think I'm the right person to do
I
this.
don't know. Maybe you're
I
not.
think you have to partner up with somebody else.
I'm gonna have to go find one of my like. Oh, I know who I can ask. But now that I've said
Hmm.
this, I'm gonna. All right, whatever.
Oh, now you just
I
put it
just put
out
it
there,
out there,
huh?
and then I'm going to ask, and they're going to be like, "Oh, am I the crazy one?" I'm going to, "You damn straight you are." Okay, all right. Final
Oh,
subject.
wow.
This is one we went out the other day with a couple who was very very close friends with us, and we just in the course of just everyday stuff,
So
everyday
was this
conversation. This
Sunday?
is Sunday.
Was
Yeah,
this a Sunday
this
couple?
is
Okay,
this
uh-huh.
Sun. Why did we go out with another couple?
No,
No,
but we were out Saturday, but I don't think there
no, there
was a
was no
couple there,
couple.
right?
Not unless your
No.
cousin and
Well,
your
yeah,
sister are a couple.
my
So.
niece
Oh yeah,
my
that's
niece and
true. Yeah,
Jay.
that's true. Okay,
Yeah.
well, yeah,
Okay.
well, that's next Sunday's couple.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
the subject that came up, and I don't remember where it came from, but we talked about how like the guy was talking about boobs and men liking boobs and everything, and we were
Ugh.
talking about how men are attracted to boobs and they'll go after a woman just with boobs. And I said that's never been me. I don't care if they're small. I don't care if they're big. I need a pretty face. I'm not the butterface kind of guy who can go just because she's got a great body but no face. I need a pretty face. And you told me I was very shallow. And I thought that was kind of surprising because I would think the shallow one would be the one who only cares about the size of the boobs, not just that you need a pretty face. I mean, who goes out there saying, all right, well, I'll date an ugly person. I don't care. No. So why am I shallow for saying that I require a
Yeah,
pretty
but I
face?
think pretty is yeah, but I think pretty is very
Eye of the
it's
beholder.
just
I have to
extremely
think they're pretty,
subjective.
right?
Yeah,
I'm not worried about
right,
what other people think.
right.
I need to look
Because I don't know what you're doing with
I
me
need to look
because
at that face. You're beautiful, babe. I don't need.
no,
I'm the one that needs to look at that face. I'm the one that needs to look at it and say,
right,
"Damn, I want to kiss that," and not "Damn, let me run." You know what I mean? And
right,
if
right.
you're ugly, I don't care how beautiful and perfectly shaped your boobs are. That's just the way I am.
Well, I mean, I think in that aspect, like girls can wear like push-up bras to make their boobs look better when they're out in public, right? So you can fix boobs. Like you can, well, I mean, you can't fix a flat ass unless you get an implant. But like there are guys that like big butts, right?
I like big butts,
And
and I
they
don't
won't.
know why. You know,
And I can't not lie.
cannot lie.
Um,
That's what I meant.
but like I mean, a pretty face, like you can't do like you can wear makeup, but then it looks like you have so much makeup on to make yourself look presentable. So that's why I was like, oh my god, that's so shallow because you can't fix an ugly
No, no,
face.
but it's not about fixing the ugly face. It's
Well,
about being attracted
I
to
feel
someone for a specific reason, and just boobs. I mean, I'm telling you, there are plenty of guys out there who only who will only go after a woman if she's got beautiful boobs. Doesn't matter what the
even if
rest of
she's like ugly, ugly,
that's
like
where the
come on.
expression butterface comes from.
Oh my
Everything's nice butterface,
god.
right? It's a woman with a beautiful body and an
I
ugly
thought
face.
butterface meant a greasy
No, oh
face.
my god. No, butterface is everything sexy butterface, right? And there's plenty of dudes, believe me. And in this one, I can speak for most guys that it's the ass, it's the boobs, whatever, and the face isn't as important.
Really?
Oh my God, absolutely. And me, it's been the opposite my whole life. I've never cared about the size of boobs. And, I will say I'm a butt guy, but a pretty face comes first. I have to be able to
I
look at
don't
you.
well, like, okay, but say if you just got to know somebody and you guys just clicked, but she wasn't, but like her face wasn't what you would date otherwise. Like you wouldn't take that into
Well,
consideration?
it's got to develop into a feeling of some sort, yeah. But
Right.
that's where like a borderline person who is like on the cusp of attractive, not attractive face wise, the personality can make all the difference. You can get to know them. There's something about them, and suddenly they are attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not going to find me with someone whose face is all busted, no matter how freaking
Yeah, but
awesome
come
she is.
on. All right. So let's just talk. All right. So just like give me an example of a busted face. And obviously no one that we know personally, because I can't even think like who's a bust like what would you consider a busted face?
Someone who's ugly.
Right. But give me an example of like a famous person.
Um,
of like an ugly
Oh,
face where
okay.
you're like, oh,
Here's one that I think we might have spoken about this before, but no. Sarah Jessica Parker is a freaking horse face. She's unattractive to the freaking nth degree. Can't
babe,
stand her.
there are moments where she's very
Yeah,
pretty.
I know. When she,
There are
and that goes,
moments
yeah.
where like she doesn't look her best, but there are moments where she's very
And that
pretty.
goes to your point about you can make someone look good if you put enough makeup on. Sarah Jessica Parker is a horse face. She is unattractive, and I could never. I don't care. And she's got a nice little body on her. Let's be real
She
here. Got a nice little body on
does.
her. I could never get past that face ever.
Really?
Really,
So that's a butt
a
face.
butter face, butter.
Oh,
You got to remember the
butter,
expression. Everything's sexy or
but her
nice or hot.
face.
Everything's nice but her face.
Wow, Sarah Jessica
Sarah Jessica
Parker.
Parker is a butter face, and I don't do butter faces. I don't go that way.
Wow. See, I think that's kind of a poor example because she's not atrocious.
Well, it doesn't have to be atrocious. It just has to be no. Well, listen. All right, let's assume, let's
See how
stipulate that.
shallow you
No,
are? You see
yeah,
the
okay.
shallowness right
Let's no,
now?
no, no. If I was shallow, I hit it anyway because she had a hot body and she was famous. I'm telling you, I'm not attracted to her, and I wouldn't do it. Now, let's
You wouldn't hit
no.
her?
Let's stipulate that nobody is
What?
going to go after someone whose face is busted up and disgusting and ugly. Okay. I mean, of course it does happen, but in general, you're not going to go after someone you think is hideous and ugly. I'm not saying she's hideous and ugly and has to put a handkerchief over her face not to be seen in public. I don't think she's attractive at all. She does not have a pretty face, and I'm not attracted to her in the least.
Oh my
And I
God.
think that's the
That's
opposite of
amazing.
shallow, actually.
That's amazing.
Why?
Because I don't find her that unattractive.
Well,
Wow.
that's why if everybody thought the
It's
same
very
way, yeah, if
subjective.
everybody
Yeah.
thought the same way, then we'd be in a lot of trouble. Everybody'd be fighting over the same
Because
people.
right,
Right.
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 Because I'm sure some people think I'm a butt her
I
face.
don't, no.
Yeah,
Stop
babe,
with
come on.
butt her face. You sound like an old woman trying to
What do I
butter.
butterface?
It's
Oh,
butterface.
but right, so like a
Yeah, it's
butterface,
not butt her face. It's
like margarine
like yes,
butter.
like butter, but not like texture like butter. It's just it's a slang expression, butterface, right? Okay. Anyway, I don't think anyone calls you a
Oh my
butterface, babe.
god,
In fact, I have guys
babe!
I've
I
never met in
mean,
person telling me that they don't understand how I got with someone like you. So I mean, it's
but they are referring to like Facebook pictures where I'm never going to let myself look atrocious on Facebook, or they're referring to my wedding pictures where, yeah, I will admit myself, holy crap, I looked amazing, but there was a crew behind that. So,
well.
they're not.
The fact that I don't do the butterface thing should reassure you that I see you without the makeup and without the Facebook filters and without the crew behind you all the time, and I never once looked at you and said, "Oh my
It's
God."
true
Okay.
love. It's
Right.
true
I'm
love.
blinded by love. Right. Okay.
You're blinded.
Yes, I'm blinded by love.
So blind.
So I still don't understand how that makes me shallow because I prefer someone I'm attracted to, but okay.
I thought it was shallow because I feel like boobs, like we can, like we can work around that. Like we can put a little push-up bra,
Yeah, but
or
that's false
if
advertising. Then
like
yeah.
if you have like a little gut, you can wear, like me, like I have a little gut, so I can wear stuff that doesn't really accentuate my gut. Or if you don't have a big butt, you can kind of get around that. Like you don't have to wear tight fitting stuff that show, or you can just cover your butt. But a face, like you can't cover your face unless you walk around with a
So you
mask.
subscribe to the false advertising model where a woman goes
You
out
can
and
like work
goes
around
up
it.
and
You can
pushes right. She goes
compensate.
out with tight clothes, pushes it up, makes everything look good. Then the guy gets her home and he's like, "Holy crap, this is not the
Right.
same." Right. That's real
What
good.
the heck
That's
is
good because
this?
you're not insecure at all where you have to make someone like something you're not.
But
Yeah.
I feel you can no, but I feel like you can compensate. Like there are plenty of men who thought that they wanted big boobs, but they married someone who doesn't have boobs.
Yeah. How
But
many
when
guys
she,
like fake boobs?
she goes out, she, has a little push-up bra and it makes her cleavage look nice.
Eh, no,
Right?
no, yes.
You can't fix a face unless you put a pile of makeup on, which then it just looks awful. Or I don't know, I don't know. Like, I mean, a face is just really hard. Like, you don't give anybody grace.
Well,
You're
no.
either pretty or you're
No,
not
well, it's either you're pretty or not in my eyes. I
in
either
your
find you attractive
eyes.
or I don't, and it's really that simple. And if I don't find your
Right.
face attractive, I'm not going to be interested. It's just it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank God you find me attractive. Oof.
Well, I mean, you would have known a long time ago if I didn't find
I
you
should take a
attractive.
picture of myself right this minute and post it and be like, guys, Am I a butterface? I said it right, but her face.
No. Skip the H.
Butterface.
Butterface. There you go. Or even if
Butterface.
you really want to get slangy, butterface.
Butterface.
Butterface. Everything's good butterface. All right.
Butterface.
All right. That's going to wrap it up. Check us out.
We got to get more people. We need to go
We need
live
to go
because we need
live.
people's perspective other than mine because, yeah,
I need a crazy person.
I need a
We
crazy
need to go
person.
live.
I am crazy in certain
Yeah,
things,
but
but
not
we're not
this.
talking
Not
about
this. You're not insecure enough for this kind of thing. I need someone
I
who's going to be
know.
like, yeah, that's what I'm doing, and really make this like, yeah. That's what we need. We need a guest.
But that's why she's not your
We need
wife.
exactly. We need a
Mhm.
guest. Yeah.
We need
We need
guesses.
guesses, or we at least need
Yeah.
someone who wants to get on the phone with us and do this, even if it's pre-recorded. Just get someone on. Oh, we forgot to call.
Right.
I won't mention names. We forgot to call her. She posted a subject, and we said we call her. But oh well.
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
You're
sorry,
right.
sorry, Mo. Oh no,
Yeah.
MDO,
Sorry,
MDO,
Mo.
Mo. Okay. All right. Check us out on Spotify, Apple, Tuned In. Lots and lots of
Can
places.
we call people
Yeah.
now?
Right at this moment.
No,
Oh yeah.
but not at this moment. No,
Absolutely.
but can we call people and have them
Yes.
like heard?
Yeah,
Really?
I could.
How?
Because I could either use my phone or I can use Skype if they have Skype, and I could run it through the computer. Yeah.
Oh,
Ah,
well then we should start doing
I
that.
agree. That's what I thought we were going to get
Yes.
your nephew, our nephew Matt on.
Our
Our
nephew
nephew. Ah.
Mateo. Ay,
Your
yo,
sister
Mateo
he
tan
called me
lindo.
Lindsay's uncle the other day. It was fun.
I know. No, you're right.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna edit that out. All right, check us out on Spotify, Tuned In, Apple, all of the major podcast platforms. Genderclashpodcast.com is our website. And don't forget to jump on Facebook and give us your thoughts on what we're doing.
Yes. And the
Opinions,
next one,
topics.
we are going to have people calling in.
We're going to figure out how to do that. Yes.
We're going to have people
Yes. And
calling
we're going
in.
to do it more
We are
often
going
than
to
every,
pick
I'm going to
topics
do it more
and
often
we're
than
going to
every two
plan it
weeks.
with them. Right. No, I know. This was a tough one because I think because we were away for the weekend and then when we came back,
There's a lot going on.
there was a lot going on.
Going on. Then we had a busy weekend. And
Right.
okay, but we will be back soon. It's Gender Clash.
Yes. Thanks for listening.
Take care.